again. Welcome to Exploring the Holos. I'm out of travel content, so I figured I would just tell you a little bit about myself, my story of how I became Hyperian. I was raised Catholic, raised in a Catholic household, and I had to attend Sunday church and also Wednesday religion classes after school. And I even volunteered to be an altar boy to make my mom proud, because my mom was even more Catholic and her mom was even more Catholic than that. So they really took this stuff seriously. And I'm not saying that I totally was against it, but I had some reservations as to how it could be possible. I feel like I was a logical thinker my whole life, and I had a lot of questions. Let's just say that. I did have some paranormal experiences when I was younger, and that kind of pushed me more towards religion and believing that something after life could be possible. And I just wanted answers, so I started really getting into paranormal stuff and Ouija boards and I guess ghost hunting shows. I tried to do some of that stuff on my own with limited evidence. There was some EVPs and stuff that we found. We went to some well-known haunted locations, and but enough about that, the paranormal stuff. I'm just saying that I was never really satisfied with any kind of answers that science would give me about this stuff, and religion, like, both groups never really gave me a solid answer. There was never a solid logical answer, and I always questioned everything, I guess. That's why my advice to everybody is always question your own beliefs. Question authority and question what they're telling you until you find the answers you're looking for. Until you find the answers that are true, you need to find the true knowledge. So I always had questions about how science and religion interacted together and how they fit together, because I knew in order for either one of them to have any kernel of truth, there had to be some kind of an interaction there. I never really believed in Santa Claus, so to believe in God was I felt like the same thing. But I knew there had to be some kind of an afterlife, because early in the 2000s, I want to say 2000 or 2001, I did have an NDE, which really bolstered my questioning of what the truth was about existence and reality. And so I just got more and more into paranormal and searching for answers and listening to George Norrie, which I listen to that stuff now and it's just totally ridiculous. Yeah, and it got more political, and I don't like that at all. So yeah, after that NDE I had, I pretty much just quit believing in death. So, like, when you see your body and you don't care about it anymore, and you feel like you're part of the universe, which is really hard to explain unless you've been there. Um, it just to tell people that makes you feel like you're a wacko because of the way they respond to you. And I guess part of my searching for answers was also searching for a community of people who could understand me and the complex thoughts I was having, because nobody around me wanted to talk about these things. All they cared about was getting to the weekend and having a good time, or what was on TV, uh, that kind of shit, like Kardashians or shit like that. That is absolutely meaningless to me. And I was craving somebody who could talk about these deeper concepts with me. And I knew nobody. Still, like, I could maybe name one or two people outside of the internet community that actually understand some of the philosophical stuff. Um, but other than that, I'm just like on my own planet here, it seems like. Um, and then when I went to school for electronics, it just made me more curious because I learned how much science does not know about a lot of stuff. And that made me more curious, and I just wanted to find answers. So, um, when I found Morg and the Hyperian group and learned a little bit about quantum mechanics and quantum physics, things really started to make sense. It cleared up a lot of the magical mumbo jumbo of religion, and I realized that um, people don't understand how things work, so they'll just go with a magical narrative because that's just the way the human psyche is. Um, it really helped to learn a lot about psychology and the way psychology, mathematics, and quantum physics all come together to form reality. Um, yeah. And I also question why, when I was in school, everything we did to find an answer for anything, all the answers we had to find, we had to use mathematics. Um, so already before I knew about Illuminism or Hyperianism, or, I didn't know what Freemasonry was, or any of these groups that understood ontological mathematics, um, I started to think that math was God, because you can find anything with math. And I challenge anybody out there to prove me wrong that every answer cannot be found with math, or how math was created by a person, because that's been proven wrong too. So basically, when I found Morg, he wasn't like, I never thought of him as like some kind of person to worship or even a leader. It was just somebody I identified with, um, because they actually confirmed what I had already been thinking. And his info, I don't think that he ever claimed that he came up with any of it. Every instance that I remember, he gave credit for the information that he was bringing about. whether it be Gnosticism.org or Pythagoras, Empedocles, Plato, Hegel, Nietzsche, Gödel, Leibniz, Mike Hockney, Thomas Stark, Jack Tanner, Cody Newman, Steve Madison, just to name a few. Morg is the only person who puts it out there on YouTube. And to bash him for doing that it's wrong. He is trying to spread this information that the AC and the PI have done nothing but write books. And if you don't put the books out there, nobody's going to know about them. You got to advertise for stuff. People are looking for those books, but I was looking for those books and I didn't find them until Morg came into my life. And that's just something these groups that bash him have to deal with. And if they're not going to do what he does, they're never going to stop him. He's just going to replace them. And I challenged them to prove me wrong. So, yeah, the Pythagorean Illuminati was a group that I came to respect for putting out all these books. Mike Hockney and Thomas Stark and Cody Newman, I believe, are all from their group. And I was friendly with both Illuminism and Hyperianism. And in July, I was forced to make a choice. And I chose Hyperianism because I feel like it's more accepting of people. I'm not going to get into what exactly happened, but I don't want to be part of a group that's going to push any kind of bigotry. Yeah, I feel like the PI would like to continue to remain a secret society, and I'm against that. I think this knowledge should be for everybody because it can't do any good if we're not all on the same page. I don't want to hold this knowledge above anybody. I think everybody is smart enough to know this, and I think everybody should know this knowledge. And I'm not really going to go on about, Hyperianism, and it's really too complex for me to explain. You can go to iamhyperian.com and learn more, or check out Mindful Monad on YouTube, or Morg Official on YouTube. And yeah. So I'm going to try to get more travel content up there. I'm more comfortable doing that stuff. I don't like talking in front of the camera like this. It's really hard for me. Oh, but I guess leave a comment. Let me know if you want to know more about this stuff, or where you can find out where to get more books about this stuff. Like, subscribe, and share, I guess. I might be putting up a video of moving my son back from Chicago. I don't know if anybody wants to see that, but I got to put out more content. So thanks for subscribing, and thanks for watching if you made it to the end. This is probably boring, but it needed to be said. And I'll see you next time. Again, thanks for watching. Goodbye. Almost forgot. My name's Andy, and I am Hyperian. Ad Astra, to the stars.